All right, everyone, this is our final guest of the evening. He is Martinez BJJ Middleweight John Beck. John's going to be returning to the cage after being out of the cage since December of 2014. You know, as I was telling my co-host, Mr. Nate Jennerman, tonight, that, you know, it hasn't been for, you know, just for lack of trying. You've been building your own company, Beck Roofing Up, getting to the point. This is probably the first time I believe that you've been able to put enough time in the gym to actually warrant you have a fight. Is that correct?
Yes.
So obviously we're gonna have the itch to get back in there. What you know, what's probably the thing that you're gonna be looking forward to most getting back in there? Is it you know, is it gonna be the walk? Or is it just gonna be the adrenaline of being in battle?
I mean, I just enjoy the whole thing, training with a purpose. Like when I'm not getting ready for a fight, and then when I am getting ready for a fight, the training's totally different. I kind of enjoy the training for the fight.
Yeah, it's one of the things. You know, we were just at Will, and Will was literally just you know, spitting some fire. How pumped are you to see Will in this state? You know, you've been around him for quite some time. You know. Is it safe to say that this is probably going to be the best Will Martinez that we've ever seen, regardless of age, you know, injury, or anything like that? Is this Will Martinez firing on all cylinders on the second?
Yeah, I can't wait to see that fight. I don't even know why he would attempt to get him this pissed off and then get in the cage with him. I just think it was stupid.
You should have heard what he said yesterday at the freaking open workout, dude. I'm glad Will wasn't there for that one, I'm sure. Because he's already hyped up enough. Basically, he would say because he's at the workout, obviously, and Will was there. He's like, oh, where's Martinez at? Oh, that's right, he's down in Victoria's Secret shopping for a new outfit. I'm like, what?
I don't.
My daughter got so mad. She's like, you have to unclench my hand. I'm about to go punch him right now. I'm like, Cheyenne, you need some help. So I'm 9-year-old. I'm about to go punch Sharif because he's talking all kinds of craziness. And it's fun. I'm laughing, but she's like, it's not funny. I was like, Cheyenne, you have to understand, this is probably the first time you've actually been around somebody talking negative about somebody you care for, you like, in that manner. So yeah, I can definitely feel you. I literally had to take her out of there because she was about to say something. And Mike's sitting there.
That's great.
That was afterwards. Like literally, like she had her fist balled up around my hand. I had like freaking fingernail marks on my hand because she was so angry. I was like, well, it's safe to say you ever get in a fight, people just got to talk to you to get you riled up. Jeez. I just thought it was nuts. This guy is just going to continue to kind of poke the bear. And, you know, anyone who's listened to the last 15 minutes of the interview with Will, it's not phasing him. All he's doing is digging his grave a little deeper and a little deeper.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that fight.
Now, what about you? What are you most looking forward to your fight? You're going in there, it's Machine Gun Mazzano. Can you take a guy? Me and Nate were talking about this before we had you on, as we're going through everything. When you see something like that's the guy's name for you going in the fight. Can you take a guy like that seriously, or is it just like something you just kind of laugh off and leave alone?
I take it serious. I mean, we're going in there and fighting. I mean, I really don't pay too much attention to his name or any of that. I just train and go in there and fight, so I really don't pay attention to none of that stuff.
That's all right, man. You know, it's one of the things that to me, we talk about this all the time, how MMA is coming too much like WWE. Do you kind of feel that that's happening, not just at the higher levels, but as you're going down into, you know, the local regionals, amateurs, and stuff like that?
Especially all the extra trash talking and all the pushing and weigh-ins and all that shit. I think it's more like WWE.
I gotta ask you, because I didn't get a chance to talk to anyone else about this tonight. What are your thoughts on that whole nonsense with Cyborg and Magana? Do you think pretty much Angelo Magana shown what a gutless wrench he really is. I mean, it's not like Chris Cyber broke her jaw or gave left bruises on her or anything like that. She just hit her with a little check punch, and she's now filing charges and pressing civil action against.
It's another thing to get attention. That's kind of how I think of it. They're just trying to get attention or get the media on them to get their name out there more.
Yeah, it's one of the. I just, I'm kind of disgusted by the whole situation. But she put herself in the situation by hitting her. But still, at the end of the day, I can't wrap my head around another cage fighter suing another cage fighter for being punched. It's just weird to me.
I don't understand it even. Like, here, if you get in a fight and then you take it to that point anyway. If you get in a fight, that should be it. The end of it. There should be no.
I mean, we're from Philly, so we're kind of raised with the mentality, you talk smack, you get cracked, you bought that, right?
Yep, that's how I see it.
Like I said, that's Philly code, you know what I mean? It's just something we're used to.
Yeah, but that's slowly going away. People get in fights and then automatically don't want to fight no more.
Yeah, man. Hey Nate, you got anything we wanna talk about with John here?
It's been about 2.5 years since you've been in the cage. You getting pretty excited to get back in there?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get back in there. I've been training nonstop, and the more I train, the closer I get to. I just can't wait to get in there and fight.
Awesome. What have you been working on the most?
Everything. I mean, it's. We train everything there. It's all around. You go in and you just. I mean, there's nothing we just concentrate on. It's all around everything.
Good. Well, I mean, that's good to know. Do you know much about Mr. Lozano at all? Going into the fight, what do you, is he more of a stand-up guy, more of a ground guy? What are you expecting from the fight?
It looks like he's more of a stand-up guy, but we're kind of expecting anything. So, I mean, that's why we're training for everything. Whatever happens, I'll be ready for it.
Yeah, it's one of the things that you guys do a lot of stuff over there. You have Will just dropped off a laundry list of guys who've been coming in and helping him. So I'm sure that you also get those same advantages. Maybe not the same weight class or whatever, but you have different looks in there, guys. Pushing you. You got Chris and Kyle bringing in that Bang Ludwig striking system in there. Is that probably one of the better things that Will has kind of added into the fold on what goes down there, is bringing that system down?
Yeah, I enjoy them classes. They're pretty good classes.
Hey man, it's I'm really excited for this fight, and also we're starting to see some more promotions pop up here in Philly. What Mike Bickens has been doing with Art of War. You fought for other promotions before in the past. I know we're not down. We haven't gotten down to the fight and all that, but as far as professionalism of the promotion and all that, how do you feel? How do you feel Art of War's doing?
Great. I mean, he's been good with me from the beginning, and everything's smooth. I mean, it's.
You right there, John?
Yeah. I said it's been good. I mean, he's been treating me good, and I mean, the videos and all I think are pretty decent. The time he takes and puts into all that, I like it.
Yeah, I think it's something that's kind of unique to the area because, as great as Cage Fury is, I think they kind of missed some steps as far as on the promotional front to kind of help build you guys up. I mean, it's not their job to build you up, but I think that, the promotion and fighters that kind of work together kind of, help one another kind of grow in a good way. Kind of agree with that one?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry, you broke up.
Oh no, I was just saying, the promoters and the fighters kind of, work with one another to kind of help build up, not just the promoter build up the fighter, but the fighter kind of build up the promoter too. Those are kind of the relationship that kind of lasts longer, and I think it's something that is kind of missing when you talk about the local or regional mixed martial arts, regardless if we're talking about Pennsylvania or anywhere across the country is kind of lacking in that area at least.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I'm an amateur, so I really between this fight and the last fight, but just the way everything goes, the way the main thing I like about this is the interviews, the videos, and all that.
All right, man. Like I said, Mike does a great job, especially when it comes to that aspect of it. As far as the fight goes, what is the one thing that you're kind of, how do you see this fight playing out? Do you see, you getting that stoppage? Do you see a war when you see it kind of playing out? What do you see?
I mean, I trained my ass off for this one, so I mean, I'm gonna go full force. So whatever happens, I mean, if it's a war, if it's a long fight, I'll be ready for it. But I mean, of course, I'm gonna want to stop it as quick as I can.
Ideal finish for you. You get that knockout or the submission?
I don't even know. I mean, I'll go for the submission, but I'll take the knockout too. However it goes. I mean, wherever
the chess piece falls is what John's looking at, right? If he leaves you an opening for a big punch or something, he's going to go for it. If he's able to work it down to the ground and guy gives up a neck or an arm or something, I'm sure John's going to go for it as hard as he can. I had the fortunate pleasure of being at one of John's fights, and his fan base is very rambunctious, and it should be definitely an interesting night. Outside of your fight and outside of Will's fight, what other fights on the card are you looking for? We were already talking to Devin Knight. We had Ben Anton on. What is one of the fights that you're going to be saying that's what I'm going to be looking forward to after I'm done?
I'm looking forward to watching Devin's fight also.
Yeah, as I said, nothing against Miss Strong, but I just have a feeling she's in deep waters and doesn't even realize it yet.
Yeah, that's going to be a good fight to watch. I don't think it's going to last too long, but I'm ready to watch it.
You think Devin gets a stoppage?
Yeah, I do.
I might not disagree with that. Toughness can only go so far. I've been, like I said, I had Ben Anton on earlier. Another one of these guys. I think he's probably one of the guys that could actually, become a very good professional at one point in time with his boxing background, Muay Thai and kickboxing background. Now he's been particularly just working on his jiu-jitsu the last year and a half. Really looking forward to his debut as well. But there's also great matchups up and down the card outside of your team outside of Team Martinez. Is there a particular matchup that you want to look at?
Honestly, I really haven't got a chance to look who's fighting on the card. Between working and training, I really don't get too much time to do anything but work and train. I really don't even know who else is on the card.
Fair enough. So how's the business going, brother? We were talking about that earlier. That that's probably been the main reason you really haven't had a fight in a while. So how's the business going? Are you getting is it really blowing up now, or you're getting to the point where you feel comfortable?
No, it's taken off a lot quicker than I was expecting. When I first started, I was working for somebody else and also working for myself, so it was kind of crazy. Now I'm just working for myself. I'm busy, but it's a lot easier than working with 2 people at once.
Hey man, it's very important. It's one of the things that I always say is support your local businesses. Anyone who's listening from the Philadelphia area, you need some roof work done. Make sure you hit up my man John, for real.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh, that's not a problem, man. It's one of the, I'm all about supporting local MMA. It wouldn't be any different for local businesses. It's one of the posts I made the other day. Like, it's funny, Kylie Jenner makes a lip gloss, and every freaking retard in the world goes and buys it. Dr. Dre makes headphones. Every idiot in the world goes and buys it. But somebody you grew up with and known all your life starts their own local businesses, and they're fighting to get freaking people to even like their pages, share their posts about what they're offering or anything like that. It's like, wait a minute, how do you trust somebody more that you've never met in your life over somebody you've known half your life? It makes no sense to me sometimes.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I'm lucky though. I got a lot of support though. I mean that's why the business took off so quick. Everybody supported me and helped me get my name out. So it actually took off a lot quicker than I expected.
Generally, very happy for you on that aspect for it. Anytime if I hear somebody they have a roofing issue, I'm gonna let them know to come see you, brother.
Thank you.
Now, as we get ready to wrap this one up here, what we typically do is kind of throw the proverbial microphone over to you. Anyone you would like to thank, training partners, sponsors, if you have any. Shoot out your social media sites, let everyone know where to follow what's going on with you, and same with your business, man. Give your business a little shout out there. Let people know where to reach you as far as their roofing needs goes, and anything else you'd like to say. The time is yours, brother.
All right, thanks. And thank Will Chavo and everybody at the gym. It's everybody trains and pushes nonstop. Even though Will's getting ready for a fight, he still finds time to put in and train. Chavo's been pushing me like crazy for this fight. Even the guys at the gym just take the time to keep pushing me. And then my son, it's the main reason I do it, just to prove to him, like, if you want to do something, you just do it. And my wife Laura and my sister Jenny, they take care of everything from the tickets to prepping my food, and it's just all I got to do is worry about training. So, and then my company's Beck's Family Roofing, numbers 215-331-ROOF, and that's it.
All right, one last one before I let you go. What do you get more nervous for? Your son's grappling competitions or your fights?
Definitely my son's grappling competitions. It's the most nerve-wracking thing.
Is it because you're scared that he'll be more worried about how you feel about something and worry about letting you down, that you're more worried about how he feels about that than actually knowing he knows how to perform and knows what he's doing?
I mean, it's just just him going out there on the mat. Anything can happen. It's just so nerve-wracking. It's weird. The nerves for him competing compared to me competing are insane. I mean, he's out there talking to the kids he's competing against, no nerves at all. But me, I'm a nervous wreck when he's competing.
Oh, that's good to know. Ice cold when it comes to his own fight. His kids get in there. It's a whole another story. I mean, I can get where that comes from. I've got 2 kids who get paid. I know how that feels. But I'm normally just cool about it. So I'm more worried about bringing them down. I'm like, listen, I don't care if you win, you lose, you break a bone, whatever. Just give me everything you got. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that kind of thing too. Sometimes I worry, like, if I don't try not to be too hard on them, and then sometimes it's like you're not hard enough. So that's why, like, the whole thing with him competing is just really nerve-wracking.
All right, fair enough, brother. Fair enough. Well, John, thank you for your time. Best of skill come the second. Hopefully you get the result you want. I think you should be fine. Hopefully we don't have to worry about any issues of ring rust or anything like that. I know you put the work in and everything like that. So, best of skill. Nate, any final words for John before we let him go?
Best of skill, John. Go out there, do yourself. Sounds like you know what you're doing, so get out there, do you, and have fun out there.
Thank you.
All right, John, you have a good one, brother.
You too. Thanks.